The most important thing for you to understand about your relationship with any narcissist is that it is predicated on fantasy and delusion. That these people hide out in your idealization. That your attachment style is entirely unhealthy and your expectations of love are equally delusional. That you succumb to love bombing and all these wonderful things that you felt about yourself in this relationship were needs that you have carried throughout your life from your childhood. And that a narcissist is nothing but a blank slate to mirror you, your needs, and become a surrogate for your parent. You've been replicating your failure as a child to people please and heal your mommy or your daddy. And that's why you're so attached, and that's why it feels like life or death. Do you know you should not feel like it's life or death to lose somebody like a narcissist in your life? That if your head was not all the way up your you-know-what, that you would be celebrating the loss of this relationship. That if you were really clear about the truth of the danger that you are in, that these are people that have a particular psychological affliction that is at the basis of all these other psychopathies, antisocial personality disorder, sociopaths, pedophiles. Narcissistic personality disorder is a severe mental illness characterized by a total lack of empathy and a lifelong pattern of exploitative and abusive behaviors. They use people, and there is no hope for you in that relationship. And all of your attachment can be whittled down to one thing: that you yourself are not clear and complete about your own issues pertaining to your childhood. That there is a particular mentality that works in relationships with narcissists. And a lot of it looks like advanced people pleasing. People that take on the culpability and responsibility of the emotional welfare of other people and find identity in trying to help other people get along in life. That you can see that there's something missing in this person, and somehow it arouses within you a need to love, nurture, support, and elevate this person. That you are somebody that responds to abuse in a positive and affirmative way that validates the abuser. That when you are trying to become good enough because you're being degraded, you're being mistreated, you're being questioned, you're being projected onto, instead of being appalled by the behavior and being disgusted by the behavior, you're getting triggered and feeling ashamed of yourself, guilty, actually giving validity to it, or you're getting defensive. You're literally diving in head first, dealing with the justifications, the projections, and the gaslighting as if it's actually potentially valid. When you sit here and defend yourself or argue with narcissists, you actually invent the plausibility that the abuse is warranted. Well, where did that come from? It comes from your childhood. You know, where the punishment fits the crime. And so you live your life with an unusually high level of guilt or shame. Somebody that can't say no. I can't say no. Living in a perpetual catch-22. You're either going to say no and everybody's going to hate you, or you're going to create conflict. I avoid conflict. I can't deal with conflict. Yeah, because you had a conflict-laden environment as a childhood and you had to survive a minefield. You had to tiptoe around your parents. You had to become whatever it was that they wanted so that they could calm down, be happy, be stable, to mitigate being abused. And your reaction and response as a helpless child was to accommodate the abuse and assume culpability and liability for the bad behavior of the adults. And you wanted nothing more but to achieve your mother or your father or both of their love. You wanted the love, you needed it, and you needed to be profoundly attached. You had to be strongly attached, and you had to idealize those parents. You had to make them good. You had to see the best in them because you were going to be in it for your entire childhood. So you couldn't sit there and keep being re-traumatized by this behavior. You were raised in a war zone and you normalized it. And so now you take the failure of your childhood, your failure to heal yourself, heal your parents, feel loved, feel good enough, make your parents proud of you, which you still have yet to be able to achieve. A lot of you are so incomplete with your father or your mother that you're still struggling for their admiration and approval about your life decisions. And now you're going to pick a narcissist to try to do the same nonsense with them. That there is nothing other than that would keep you in the relationship. Because there is no love. There is no real reciprocation or respect. You're dealing with somebody that mirrors you, that has no compassion, love, or empathy for you whatsoever, that has demonstrated a complete lack of regard or respect for your autonomy as a human being, and has a lifelong pattern of exploitative and abusive behaviors. And here you are feeling special when you listen to them talk badly about other people in their life. And so you qualified this person to be in your life based on the presence of their trauma. It made you feel at home when they told you their victim stories, when they literally listed out all their problems and issues and talked about how crazy their ex was. That comforted you. So they completely failed the job interview of husband or wife. They demonstrated that they have no capacity for any semblance of responsibility or decency. The way that they reference other people in their past that they supposedly loved and cared about and became a victim to demonstrates everything that you need to know. And instead of being repulsed, you are attracted and comforted. Because you're seeking acceptance. Because guess what? Your parents didn't accept you, did they? No, your parents didn't accept you. And so now you're looking for some damaged narcissist to accept you. You just want acceptance. And so instead of qualifying somebody on the basis of their integrity, their character, their ability to provide fulfillment in your life, their ability to see the world with you and be a partner, you're looking for somebody that's, in your assessment, equally damaged. You're looking for damage. You're finding comfort in a higher probability of abusive behaviors. And so here we talk about the trauma bond. It's nothing more than the recreation of a little child to parent relationship, and you make yourself small. How many people feel puny and tiny and helpless? We are talking about grown-ups, adults, grown men, grown women that feel helplessly tiny and emotionally vulnerable and out of control. And this person is ruining my life. And so you just literally turn yourself into a childlike victim. And all they got to do is invalidate you, get angry, project these same negative artificial sentiments that replicate perfectly what it is that traumatized you as a child. And so now you can be in a vicious circle pattern, taking your mommy and daddy, projecting out a narcissist, and trying to fix and overcome that perpetually with the same degree of significance, attachment, as if your life depends upon it. And it never has, it never will. Your life will never depend upon a relationship. Like your peace, freedom, and happiness is something you find on your own, and you bring that to the table. And you don't qualify people because they're damaged. You want people that are healthy. It's your only chance. So let go of these parasites and move on.